And now it is time we move to the last match of the day and the last match of the regular season for Challengers North America. We're gonna see Moist Shopify go against M80, and Gompers, this should be a banger.
I believe it is going to be. We got like two of the toughest teams going against each other, and we were even sitting here being like, this is definitely going to a third map, right? So it is a very, very dangerous game, but both of these teams honestly have surpassed many.
They've done it constantly, and that's where the expectations are today. But they've surpassed, but they've also lost against teams that we didn't expect they would lose against. Yeah. So they're in this position where M80 and Moist, they need to win to see who's going to be maybe them. I would put either of whoever wins today in the top 3. So we're going to see which one is going to come up on top. Let's talk about M80 first, though, because this is a team that towards the beginning of the year, towards the beginning of Split 1, the expectations were this is going to be the guard of last year. This is going to be the team that is going to win everything, is going to look consistent, is going to be insane, and just like that, they're going to make it to Ascension. But as we move on, and as some of the players came and left of the team, we were in this position, and we continue to be, where we wonder why, if they are actually back or they're struggling. Are they the best? Are they the second best, the third best? Is it enough for Ascension?
We've definitely seen them slowly get better and better as this stage has gone on. There was definitely that initial adjustment when Net joined the team. You know, they actually lost to Blinn early on, which was a surprise, though no doubt Blinn are a good team, but, you know, there's kind of a tier gap between the top Challengers teams and then the next level, right? And you would associate M80 with being in that top tier. But since then, they've gotten better and better. They beat Fluffy Aimers, which was an impressive win. They beat YFP, another impressive win. Both games were close. Both they dropped a map, but I don't think that's particularly egregious. Their opponents were very good. So we'll just have to see if they continue to improve from here. I do think Net is a good pickup for this team. I'm just looking to see how far they can take it. How good can they get? Will they be a team that we think can actually make it into partnership? Because I think they're kind of on the cusp of that still.
Yeah, they're very close. We're gonna see if they can make it happen, and one good indication could be the match today against Moist Shopify, because Gumpers, this M80 team, as Wyatt was saying, has gotten better and better. They lost to Blinn, and they went to Core, which is the team that didn't get any wins. Then they went against Fluffy Aimers, which actually beat Dark Zero yesterday, so they're pretty good as well. And then YFP as well, one of those teams that is in the top table, kind of mid-top table. So they've gotten these wins against different level of opponents maybe, but for this Moist Shopify, I feel like it's just such a good matchup for both of them.
I think so as well. Skill wise and like I guess mechanics wise, I feel like these two teams mesh the most, especially with like M80. It felt like they were barely scraping by a lot of the time with the matches that they had, right? Almost going to OT majority of the time, always hitting the third map. With MXS, kind of the same ordeal. I feel like too, like the compositions are pretty similar, and I guess we'll see that as we kind of move forward. But I'm pretty hype and excited. This is a matchup I've been waiting for so long.
Yeah, it's a Moist Shopify 2 that last year I remember well. It was the guard number 1, and then 2 and 3 was M80, and then Moist. When it was only Moist. So some of the pieces they are able to keep here and obviously mix with Shopify make for such a good team, Wyatt, that I feel like they have a really good chance, and they have some individual players that stand out more than the others. And for this matchup, that's what you need the hero plays, you need the clutches, you need a team that can do all of them.
They're definitely riding the high of a really solid win against TSM. They blew them out pretty handily. It was like 13-7, 13-6, right? And that was an impressive win. But overall, their season has been pretty tumultuous. A lot of ups and downs. They got 2-0'd by SAD Esports, which was pretty surprising. SAD have definitely looked way better since picking up Ferbza, who's like the next Simple, and they were able to beat MXS with him. But even still, like, you would expect that that's a game MXS should be winning, right? They also lost 0-2 to Turtle Troop, which isn't crazy, but still, it's the 0-2s, right? It's the not getting a map against teams like that have caused a pretty big disparity when you're looking at the match results.
Yeah, and let's talk about one of the players here for Moist Shopify that can be the difference maker today, and that is Mata. Mata has been insane. We saw a video earlier today of players from all the different teams talking about who they think is going to drop the most kills towards the end of the season, and so many of them, the majority of them, were saying Mata. Why?
And there is a reason why, which is that he's like pretty much number one in every single statistical category. Was around the same in stage 1, is around the same in stage 2. I mean, I think most people would say is definitely the best duelist right now in Challengers.
I think he's up there. I don't know if top 3. It's kind of hard to tell with the way that we've had the matches for Split 1 and then Split 2. But he's definitely up there when it comes to stats. I think of Mata, I think of Sim, I think of Redux, and I think about all these crazy duelists that have had such good performances. Even Koala Noob as well, of course, that is going to be the one player that Mata is going to be facing against today, Gumpers.
Yeah, Mata's going to be pretty difficult to play against, especially with like just the overall aim on this kid. I mean, we got to see it from the reel, but in general too, it's the assistance from the team as well that I really like to harp on. And I think Moist Shopify, they have it, right? Like the synergy, they have the preparation, the strats, and Mata just follows through with it, whether it be the Reyna on the icebox, which I really, really vouch for them on that. I love that. But anyways, but whether it be that or something weird or something different or something new, that they want to bring to the table, I feel like he always executes pretty perfectly, in my opinion.
Also, just have to say, having 21 essentially average kills a map is ridiculous.
It's only a few players can make that happen, and Mata is definitely one of them. And we see it not only with his stats sometimes, but we see good players that don't have the greatest stats, but for him, it's just one of those players that you see with stats looking really good, with the highlights looking really good, with the team and the synergy as well looking really good. So I think it's going to be an interesting opponent for what's going to be M80 today, that have Koala Noob on the other side. And this has also been a guy that has been consistent, that has been at the very top, that has always been fighting for that top 1, top 2 when it comes to duelists. But we're gonna see if that's the way that it's gonna play out today, and it's really gonna depend a lot on the maps. Let's jump into the map select. Let's see where we're gonna be headed, and if we're gonna continue maybe to see the same duelists go against each other. And Gumpers, we have Ascent, Haven, and Sunset for this series.
It is map picks that honestly are questionable in my opinion. Not the Ascent. MXS, they've played it once. Oh, no, my apologies. MXS have played Haven once. Ascent is a map where I'm actually quite interested to see. There's going to be, what we've seen before from both of these teams is like Deadlock being picked pretty heavily on this, especially with like Deadlock proceeding into the meta quite a bit. So I haven't actually seen personally like a Deadlock v Deadlock moment. So I guess that's more so what I'm hyped for, to see both of these teams who we think are going to carry along and mesh very well competitive-wise, play agents and compositions that are very, very similar on both Ascent and I feel like Haven as well.
And something to take into account as well is that for this map of Ascent and a couple other maps, we've seen Koala Noob on the Yoru, which is something that we didn't expect, we didn't see before. So now we have kind of the, are they going to keep it the same? Are they going to change it? We saw day 1 of this week 6 teams running on Haven, running the ISO, running the Neon, running the Phoenix even. Dapper was running a Phoenix. If you guys missed that, that was crazy. So we've seen a lot of variety when it comes to these duelists, but when it comes to this week 6, when you're already preparing for playoffs, honestly, when it comes to both of these teams, you want to be consistent, Wyatt, and you want to have these wins that you know, is it going to be the Yoru? Is it going to be your pick? And how do you make sure that he's not being read over and over again by the teams that you're playing against?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a pretty interesting map pool that we've got. I'm excited to see that Deadlock v Deadlock on the first map. I think that should be pretty sick. I mean, the MXS, they hadn't played Ascent in a bit. Last time they did, they destroyed Winthrop. That was a month ago. So we'll see what they've done since then. If they're going to run that same Turtle Troop comp that they've popularized versus M80, who also look good on Ascent. And then when it comes to Haven, when this got back into the pool, M80 have liked to pick it when they've had the opportunity to do so. And last time we saw MXS there, they lost to SAD Esports. So perhaps M80 with, pretty good opportunity, honestly, to get a 2-0 here. If they can take Ascent, I think they're looking pretty good, but I think that map should be incredibly close, and we'll see if MXS have also stepped it up on Haven.
I think you mentioned it a little bit, though. The way that these matches have gone for more Shopify and the way that the matches have gone for M80 as well, even when they get these wins, it's very rare to see them take it 2-0. It usually goes the distance. And as we're talking about these two teams, Gompers, the expectation is that it's going to be a 3-mapper.
Expectations are high, I feel like, for both sides. And I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, because I feel like this happens quite often where, you know, you really heavily root for a team and you feel like both teams are going to take it pretty far, but then one team just ends up getting dumped on, right? So, like, we've never seen both of these people play. And if anything, like, M80 could have a play style that really just irks, like, MXS or vice versa. So I want to see it. I really do want to see that first map and what happens there.
Yeah, it can really shape how the rest of the series is going to go. But before we go into map number 1, the teams are taking some time to get ready, so we're going to throw it to a break. And when we're back, we should be back with this map of Ascent.
All right, thank you to everyone for your patience. But we're back at it. We got more Valorant packed action for you guys ready. But Moistek Shopify versus M80. I'm Gompers, and I'm joined here by the very best Wyatt. I am looking at this, and we are seeing the deadlock, but we're also seeing the Yoru.
Yeah, pretty cool. We've got the original Turtle Troop comp that they popularized here in Challengers, and some other teams picking it up globally as well, which is what Moist X Shopify have to begin on defense. And then M80, same thing, but they opt for that Koala Noob Yoru. And we have definitely seen that this Deadlock Cypher on defense on this map just shuts things down. It's so hard to play around as the attacking side. And matter of fact, last time M80 played this map, they went up against that composition with the Cypher Deadlock and really struggled on attack against it. So we'll see if they're able to rectify that, fix the mistakes they made last time.
First time that we've also ever seen both of these teams play, but you know, two pretty dominant teams going against each other and just finally being able to, you know, see who can prove to be better, M80 or MXS. Conversation we've had before, I think, during Series 1. But yeah, I'm interested to see kind of what's going to happen moving forward. Of course, though, already timer going down and the fight about to commence down inside of mid. Surprised so many players are going for this sort of push, but majority just fighting this off. And firsthand, MXS with a pick to make a play.
They've got that barrier over in B main as well. Otoshima delaying things even further when the sonic sensor gets tripped.
Quarry kill.
Managing to find a little bit more. Otoshima getting out of the way just in time, but
One enemy remaining.
with everything going on now, not even being able to get the spike down, MXS, they do secure that first round.
That was some fantastic speed from the MXS defensive side. Taking that early triple face onto Cat, they find the first. And that just herds M80 into B, where then they're running into all of that Deadlock utility. Perfectly timed grab net from Otoshima to get that really easy kill onto net. You saw him totally exposed there outside of B main, forced to crouch. And then the rest of the MXS players just got back in to support him, to support Otoshima so quickly. So great pistol round already.
They're not facing a lot of struggle for MXS, but could be at least on the pistol round. Looking like they're still trying to make the victory happen, but it's not. Huge, honestly, just cutting them off on the choke. But yeah, pretty typical, especially coming through with the classics funneling themselves down to the A site.
And that is nicely done. A little bit of a bait there. When Vic teleports away, they feel like maybe we can capitalize off of that, and then there's just two players stood ready. Crosshairs trained on main, so it was nicely done.
Brutal murder and a 2-0. MXS. Do it again, but yeah, big switch up. Mata actually investing in AWP? Question mark?
Yeah, that is fast. This is something that you see. 100 Thieves, they love to do that on defense as well. Just try and get an operator onto Cryo straight away into round 3. MXS doing the same with their star duelist.
Over there.
So far, only one death on their entire team. That's Otoshima with 1.
They can really bring in a victory here for MXS if they're careful, but they know Vic is there. I mean, they're watching like I'm not finally being able to see the shoulder. Otoshima wanting to help out, but gets taken out brutally, and now they just have to fight for sight. They thought they had the opposition there for a second for MXS, and they don't. Mata now with the op needing to save it as well for that 2v5, not wanting to apply any pressure here.
Looks like Kowalinu wants to try and chase this actually as well. Look at the speed in which he's already got back into their spawn. Around the world trying to go towards B, get this op out of Mata's hands. But that little spray transfer from him was lovely. From wine right to main, while being forced to crouch because of the grab net as well. Mata in trouble, goes down. Can Kowalinu collect the last? It would get him his ult as well.
Die is for other people. My ult's ready.
And the round ended M80 bringing things back. The Yoru finally actually prepping up on that ultimate as well. I want to see how they're able to use this.
Koala Noob does a great job gathering information for his team when he has this dimensional drift activated. It's pretty funny already. The last time that NA played this map against YFP, they were only able to get one round on their entire attack half against this very same comp. Already mirrored that 3 rounds in.
Here.
And he's just in it. Clearing out B like it's nothing.
Right here.
M80 can have the time of their lives, but it's not going to be easy, especially now with the Odin. Going through, but maybe not actually. There's not too much to worry about. It seems like the smoke's creating the coverage that's needed to keep them in the game, and now especially with the deadlock. Doing the best they can. Nismo though in that spot. So many players just sitting down on the left-hand side, but the shock darts with damage. Keeping him out of place. A 3v5 here. The defense might just be able to make way. Now especially with some of that damage made. Koala Noob eliminating one of these players. And a pop flash to finally keep themselves alive and intact. And Xander taking in a couple of their own. Giving M80 an opportunity to fight back. And the time is ticking. The Kamer giving away some of that knowledge. Are they going to back off and save?
Looks like they want to try and do a little bit of damage on this exit. They will be successful. If not, at the very least, Mata going to recover that Odin, try to get out of their dashes away to safety. So some damage done, but a round loss for MXS. The remainder of their players going to be on very low money into this round. And on this retake attempt, this was the moment where it all fell apart. You can see Fly and Odashima, they were fighting stairs there pretty early, but the other 2 players were all the way disconnected, partially, I believe, because Koala Noob sent a fake gate crash into B main. So immediately they're concerned that he could have repositioned there, but no, stayed in the site, played doubled up with his teammates. And they were able to get some clean kills because of it. M80 off to a really nice start here, already looking significantly better on their attack half than they did last time.
Yeah, they rush out. Trying to find an entry in, but this time they didn't detect Mata. They are able to get one before the last is gone! But he can't seem to find the shot finally! He's able to redeem that, but regardless, MXS are struggling. It's M80 making it
down A. I have retrieved
somehow difficult for this team to keep every single player alive, but they do manage to get by.
Wow, what a shot from Flya. Things just getting so scrappy in main, and that late swing from Brock in heaven with the Odin catches those M80 players just still stuck out in the open, not able to actually scale into the site. A delay from the Annihilation there. Nicely done from MXS converting that eco round. I mean, of course, they did have a couple rifles saved over, and actually they ended up making the difference. It's when that Odin gets there.
One enemy remaining.
Mid this time, though. Feeling pretty good about that last win, especially putting M80 into a weird economic position. Speaking of weird positions, I mean, the way that Mata might just be able to pick this one off. And they did see the spike, so they know that this is the place they want to go. Rotation and utility. Coming in one at a time, but is it needed? So many players already downed at the scene. And Brock is still fighting. Does have the Odin to make things work. Oh, and it doesn't work. Precision isn't there. 2v2 now. And what originally seemed like it would have been MXS isn't.
Wow, Vic and Odashima just spent all of their util trying to catch net, but he just slips away from the paranoia, slips away from the grab net, and it's a clean 2 versus 2 back sight.
Right here.
Oh, so much damage too. The BCJ is just making it work, making it happen, straight through the wall. The coverage is there in one shot. That might end it all, Odashima. Knowing this is it for MXS, but it's not. 3-3 and M80. They're not looking to let anybody take the lead.
Rotation from BCJ. A lot of credit, though, to net. The newcomer on the M80 side joined the team earlier in this stage, replacing Nitro. In that situation, in the 2v3, found that crucial impact kill to get them into the site. Dodged around that utility, the GrabNet Paranoia combo that came in, trying to catch him. So well played at the very end from M80. I need to see out of this timeout. Wasn't able to get an eye on the MXS economy. I think they should be able to buy into this pretty decently. And that's M80 converting an eco round of their own, back-to-back ecos.
Could be, yeah, timeout coming in a pretty good position, or time, to be honest. Just wanting more than this back and forth, which is pretty evident. I will say, the holds are pretty solid. It's obvious that no one's fearful of anyone. Very, very equal respect being held on both sides, but difficult. UCJ holding the back lines, you know, catching players by surprise. The fights being isolated very, very well on the attacker side there for the defense.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
This is actually going to be an eco for MXS. We have a little bit of a tech pause coming up. And then on the opposite side, Kuala Noob, recognizing the economic situation, will pick up the scoped weapon, the Outlaw. That's a one shot against any of the light armors, of course, so going to be very handy in the next round. Definitely a weapon that Kuala Noob likes to lean into running.
Yeah, making some good work too for M80, but can't really play for that ultimate every single round. Tons of stuff to be expended on the side of Moist, though. I don't know. It really depends. I feel like, you know, fights happen so early and then things kick off, and, you know, it really is dependent on who manages to get those first two picks. But difficult game on both sides. Lots of tension, too.
Yeah, definitely two of the best teams we have here. Also, there was just a quick player DC, and they will be back shortly. So not going to be a crazy tech pause here. Just the classic kick the power cable out of the tower type situation. And whoever that is, they're on the way. So all good.
It's kick the power cord? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm making that up.
Oh, I was
But
like,
maybe
what?
it's true.
It might
And
be
the thing
true.
is, maybe, but also me when I lie. Me when I spread misinformation on the internet for fun.
Casually just lying to the Twitch viewers about this tech pause. Actually, guys, it's because I'm being subbed in.
Crazy. Who is Nismo? Sorry, buddy. 1-5. You're out of here. Nismo out. Gompers in.
Gompers in. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, guys, hire me. Let me be on your team.
Nismo's got one shot left. If he hits this annihilation, you're staying on the bench. It's going to depend on that. A lot of pressure.
Listen, those are the stakes. Those are the stakes.
Nismo's getting old. You know what I mean? What is he? He's like 28, 29. He's
That's
getting
old.
up there. He's getting to the angel years. They need someone young with better reaction time in there. That's going to be
How old are
Gompers.
you?
I'm 28. Unfortunate. Which in gamer years, that's like literally 1 foot in the retirement home. You're tough.
You're hitting the what'd you say? You're going to the angel age? Is that?
Yeah, the angel years. Angel of Navi, what, he's like 50 or something.
Does that mean
we're approaching that.
That means I'm at my 75% midlife crisis.
Oh, that's tough. That is tough.
Almost there. But both these teams are almost there. 11 seconds left.
We're so back.
We're so back.
The
Finally.
most back.
I'm so excited to watch more of this Valorant.
All right. Economy is looking pretty dire for both teams, actually. Was waiting to see that on the M80 side as well. Here we go. That outlaw from Kuala Noob. Just holding a pretty passive angle, waiting out any potential aggression that would come in from the more Shopify side, but they're content playing relatively passive right now.
Yeah, rightfully so. MXS, they've pushed up quite a lot. I'm not surprised M80 are trying to figure out the play here. And speaking of plays, though, how hard can it be? Kind of figure out a routine. Now, especially trying to take out some of the Deadlock util for that distraction.
Yeah, and look at the rotation that has actually ended up drawing. MXS really gambling on the A side, but it's just Xander spraying away. And if he needs to, he has his Omen teleport as well. So, you know, if he perhaps started feeling some pressure, could have just sent it right on back to his team in B main, who got this site for absolute free.
30 seconds
Was
left.
going to maybe ask the question how they wanted to enter this site with Koala Noob having an outlaw, but they get to walk on in. Literally no pressure, so that's as easy as it gets for them.
My ult is
They've made way
take flight.
for the B side. Now MXS have to fight something a little different than what they expected, eh? Not the one being contested, but still having the firepower to do so. Again, we still have so much to play with. The only unfortunate thing is obviously some of the sheriffs taking place, and he hit it! Nismo is not kicked off of the team. In fact, he is staying, and I'm not replacing him. This is so perfect. A beautiful way
Remaining.
to win off the round. 3 players still alive, and it's up to Vic to make a change, but with the Classic, it's not going to be so easy now, especially with a headshot coming down from Nat.
That's one of those situations as well where the Deadlock utility can really max out its value. Getting those sonic sensors down, having the barrier up during a retake, the amount of delay that causes, the defensive side trying to get back into the site. M80 off to a fantastic start with compositions in play right now for both sides that we've seen be incredible on the defense. Some MXS, no operator. They haven't had enough cash for that. Mata not going to be bringing it in anytime soon.
Revealing area.
But he will press up, try and get close into mid. Oh my god, Koal just TPs in front of his face, but he lives.
Do have a good resolve. Backing off at the right time.
Deploying drone.
M80 are really just trying to find a fight to win here. Brock, though, oh no, the information is given away. The timing on that is unfortunate, but M80, they're still fighting. Again, winning out these 1v1s. Fight isolations are huge on the attacking side. The fact that they're able to do that to clear off some of these sites is pretty grand.
And Odin definitely good at shutting down the barrier, so M80 can try to accelerate into this A site.
Which they might, actually. Deadlock now putting up
Sound sensor up.
a wall to create some of that coverage. Yeah, they're just looking to break it down. Now Net coming around the back, and it's beautiful from M80. And the economy goes back down if you're MXS. So big struggles, you know, on that defensive side.
M80 are looking so clean right now. Massive improvements on their attacking side. And I love to see that confidence from Net. Right now, top fragging for his team, tied with Mata top fragging in the server. You know, watching this team, I knew he brings a lot of value in terms of the experience that he has. I know he's an excellent communicator on the teams that he's been on, which adds a lot of value to M80 as well. But in terms of the fragging he's been doing in the servers, it's been all right. It's been serviceable, but here, playing really confident towards B main, finding an opening pick, aggressive on the flanks. Love to see that from the X-Guard Sentinel.
X-Guard Sentinel.
Listening.
The past is given away. But fighting for the future, and it's not going to be easy, especially now with that barrier. Whoa! Brock did not want more of that.
That is so funny.
I guess he did pull that dimensional drift.
Pops the dimensional drift to live while stuck crouched. That is a nasty outplay. You love to see that. That's so funny. What the hell is happening in this event?
Deploying drone.
He broke the game. The play was
back
so
to
good.
the silly zone. The silly maxing.
Oh my gosh, this is like, oh man! And I thought there for a second Brock just didn't want it, and he was like, okay, well I'm, or maybe just
30
assumed
seconds left.
incorrectly, but with 30 seconds, and there it is, already trying to make their way on site. Vic does annihilate the Yoru, so all that effort gone to waste here, regardless of what they were trying to handle. 3v4, and I mean, tons of damage already expended here. This is huge, 15 health.
10 seconds left.
But unless a miracle happens, I mean, chances of Xander winning this out are slim to none. And now, especially with Brock making that move.
What a shot from Odorous. Caught by the grav net. Just locks in on the aim, one taps Nismo. If he goes down there, despite all that great effort from the other anchors on the site, M80 are in a very good position to win the round after that. With the other two players from MXS being forced to rotate through tree, they have that rifle advantage. What a critical impact kill from the IGL.
Right here.
And they're really trying their best. Dude, on a save round too is pretty dire stuff. Oh, they've heard the CP though. Mata. They know who's there, but they don't know what to do. There's so much pressure that could be applied in a matter of seconds, but is Mata going to stay strong, or are they going to give up? Of course, that's coming right behind them, so they do have the opportunity to make something happen, though. Flying up above might not be the play.
Yeah, and with that smoke down top mid, no ability to trade. Otoshima not able to find one with the annihilation.
Yeah, that goes down. Not going to be able to use it anymore, unfortunately.
Now over towards A main. That barrier is still active, going to have to be broken, but I do think it'll expire soon. Net still pressuring towards B main, keeping attention here. A one-way smoke on the door! Perfect timing from the recon from Brock. And now M80 are going to be forced to go into A. Those B players are already on the rotate after dealing with Net.
30 seconds left.
Oh, they finally did it. Pulling out the Hunter's Fury. They don't got anybody on site, but they don't even have the spike planted. If anything, it was supposed to apply pressure to maybe find, you know, an elimination from Xander, but Xander goes down, BCJ goes down. Now you got that 5-5 heading down in his half. It's, honestly, interesting how this is working out, because you'd think M80 would be able to do a little bit more with that Yoru, but yeah, struggle on both sides.
Yeah, the Yoru is beginning to be shut down. I really like MXS dealing with Net on that round, though. He's done a fantastic job towards B main, keeping up that consistent pressure, but the recon into the Odin spam was perfectly timed to catch him out. And the second he went down, that fast rotate came in. They knew after killing him that the real hit was going to be going over towards that A site. Nicely done from MXS, bringing this half back just a bit. Things were looking dire for a second there, but at this point, they've got that Hunter's Fury out of BCJ, no longer going to be on the table for M80. Losing some ultimates, critical pieces of, critical win con elements as we go into the last couple of rounds.
I mean, question is what could lead M80 or MXS one way or the other. You know, a lot of the time it is the placement of where you are that really hinders your ability to play. But I don't know, Mata's performing pretty well in the defense. By far now a play coming through to give them early info A, so yeah.
Entire M80 team stacked up in tiles. Their economy is on the line in this round. Nismo has the annihilation. Whenever I've watched him on the deadlock, he hits that ult way more often than not.
But could they find access here? I mean, tons of info just given away. This gives Otoshima an opportunity, though, to wrap around the back. They're needing to be quiet, of course. There's Deadlock U still standing around there. Now, finally, ultimate settled down, and M80 are destroying on the attacking half. and just look for something else over towards B.
What a spray transfer. This quick TP in gets canceled. Information on Mata. M80 just need to gather up, trade things out. And they should absolutely win this round. I love the pathing, pushing into spawn there. After they heard Vic's teleport go off, they knew that he would be backside B, so they avoid him entirely.
Player standing.
Trade him out as well.
Just trying to get a couple for Mata to be set up for success there. If they could pick off 2 or 3,
Last
and
round
the plan would be set in motion, but MXS, they can't seem to find the victory. Now, we're at that last stage where you really do got to invest everything you have into this moment, so... Yeah, for MXS, it's one round or M80 take that lead.
No players on MXS particularly close to any relevant ultimates, neither are M80, so it's just going to be a pure gun round for the final. It looks like there's going to be a pretty big clash over on the A side right now.
I'm wondering where that lineup's going to go. I'm assuming...
Yeah.
Somewhere close.
Mata back in wine. Off any noise, that grab net is ready to be thrown from Odashima for Mata to fight off of.
Dude, and that didn't even breathe anything.
Oh, Odashima's caught.
Unfortunate placement of that leaves Mata in the position that they are now, and now they finally get to fight for more. And it doesn't matter whether or not you're down to that 5-6.
Oh my god.
It's a lack of info that just leads you to your own demise.
Switching
So
sides.
that was nicely handled from Mata, biding his time until the perfect moment to just swing out a little bit. Catches 2 players in the side. Already 14-7 for him. A player that, when we looked at the stats, is averaging 21 kills a map. The average. That is just so outrageous for the MXS star duelist. Overall, though, M80 have to be content with this half. Again, the last time they played Ascent, they played against the MXS comp and only got 1 round on their attack. So significant improvements from them already.
Listening. Sound sensor up.
This is now switching up too, so you know, any discomfort they might have had on the attack or in the defense really does change things from both sides. But yeah, like, serious coming into this. We really did think these games were going to be close, and close they are. Like, this feels almost identical. Like, I'm watching 2 of the same teams.
For sure, and it's a close push down mid from Koala Noob and Xander. While this barrier keeps any B main players at bay. Going to get broken now. Takes so long, though, when you've only got the pistols, when you don't have an Odin or Ares, something along those lines.
No, they can still wrap this, though. Koala does a good job at finding where MXS are, but yeah, regardless, Xander's gone. At least a right click, yeah, coming down, or coming up to that left-hand corner. And the A site now being clear, but there's so much sight for Util.
Yeah, a lot to deal with, net gaining the info.
Revealing area.
30 seconds left.
Still not able to see much. Okay, they do get some tag offs, but VCJ now handed off with a shock dart. Brock is so low that he could just run away with that free pick. At this point, it's a 2v3, unless Brock can hit a nasty headshot coming through with the Sheriff, but even then, you know where he is. It's one shot needed to go down towards Jen, and that's exactly what they'll do, but just underneath hell. Vic is not giving up easy. Oh no. Peek with the head. Net does manage to make some damage, but even then, Nismo having to fight a 1v2 could possibly collect this half. I mean, there's a smoke there, but they don't want to apply that pressure just yet. They need one. But they're sticking to it. The same corner is going to make Nismo very uncomfortable now, especially as they peek through. Right clicks from Vic to end things off for MXS there.
MXS play that in lovely fashion. After they lose the weak Brock and they're down into that 2v2, when they hear Nismo being forced to slowly break the door with a knife, they both leave their positions in hell, double face the guy in heaven, find that kill, And then just as Nismo's breaking the door, they slip back into hell. Flya has a trip for it that Nismo would be forced to break to swing them. So they know the timing of his swing. That is fantastic from MXS.
Cover going out.
Same as before, they always fight A. On both sides, M80 looking to get a little bit more, but the info is out. They haven't heard anything A, they haven't seen anything A.
No, it's just going to be net playing quite passively over towards the B side as well. M80 content just taking a gamble towards the A side, but going to come up short. And MXS get this site for free. I mean, save for Xander doing something miraculous.
Oh. Yeah, but that's a huge ping coming into the side of MXS. They do a good job at getting the entry and gaining that ground, but of course, they're sticking behind too, and unfortunately, it's Mata with the outlaw to Shima. Surprisingly clutch things up. I mean, regardless, pistols settle down to M80. We have seen some save wins, but yeah, this one's not going to be it.
Yeah, Odashima actually recovered the outlaw there, which was a bit interesting of a choice. It's more expensive than the Bulldog, throws it over to Mata, but most of the players, actually, there's going to be a couple light armors.
Yeah.
For a second there, it looked like everyone was buying heavy armors, but no, BCJ has opted for the light, and Nismo is going to be in light armor as well. So Mata does have a couple opportunities for one-shots. It's going to be a little difficult, but maybe can find the right player.
He just wanted to fight mid, but nobody's there. M80 are pretty silent when it comes down to whatever is happening around down in mid.
Yeah, Mata's just going to contact the catwalk, clear all of these close angles, try and find himself an opportunity. And actually, Nismo is the one close to him. One of the players with the light armor could get one shot at him.
Yeah. Watching like a hawk, Mata does manage to make way for a shot of their own, but Net is in such a good position. Regardless, helping out the team, M80 slowly collecting themselves back. A 2v5 win condition on the side of M80. Still having the spike, though.
And the impact from Net in this series, it's just been of such significance to M80's success so far on the attack, and now on the defense does a nice job towards that catwalk area, finds the free pick with the tripwire, swings out to double face with Xander, who's in that crossfire across on the A site.
Left.
Really lovely.
Spike drop.
You're running the opposite way. Instead of A going towards B. And this is a possible win. They are going up against Koala Noob. This gives them opportunity for something better, but 10 seconds left. If they don't fight this now, it might be never. It never is exactly what that is. M80, huge clutch.
Nicely dealt with by Koala Noob, who works very close to his first dimensional drift of this half, only 2 orbs away now. Right there, that from Net was great, just facing at the same time as Xander in that crossfire. Knew exactly where Mata was. And this is it now for MXS. They're going to be on the full buy. They're going to be buying down to effective 0. Mata with the AWP on the attack side as well. That is definitely of note. MXS, they like to play slow on attack, and obviously the operator lends itself to that, just waiting for any defenders to expose themselves. Peak angles, jump spot, and get caught.
Nobody's waiting to use the flash to their advantage. This is a big play on the side of M80 if they do have the possibility of using that Yoru.
Counter spam from BCJ up against the Guardian. Less bullets, but super high damage.
Running forth too many.
Rock's about to run out of ammo. He's trying to break that wall.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
not.
actually, like, going down to 0. Bro's got to be careful. About to take a duel and have one shot to fire.
30 seconds left.
It's finally gone. Wall is no longer there, but it doesn't matter. Mata supplying themselves with the op.
They have worked this round down to 20 seconds. The spike still has to be planted, MXS.
Dude.
We're going slow as hell.
And VCJ just is going to demolish here. Yeah, exactly how it works out. Having the Odin sitting down around the back. Now you can't even peek them because 61 health, it doesn't matter. Fake finally assisting the teammates that were getting demolished down in the backhand side, but it's Brock now making some of the damage, and even then, you can't hide from the side of M80. That 8-8 is looking good, and they want it really, really bad. The Fusel there, and Vic is just waiting. Can they take it in? That's the first. Maybe the second can come along just as easy, but it doesn't. The Fusel finally coming along.
And MXS are taking their sweet time on these rounds. They planted that with, what, 8 seconds left? Something like that. Just spending so much time trying to break the barrier on Catwalk. But at no point were M80 really convinced that the hit was going to be coming towards the A side. Both players on B, anchored deep, entrenched in there with the Odin in the hands of BCJ, which, when you don't have a lot of time left on the clock, not a lot of utility to deal with that backside Odin, it will just tear your team apart. MXS forced onto the eco now.
They're having not too good of a time for MXS. And they've won on ecos before, which is surprising because it really does feel like we've been going back and forth for quite some time. But is today going to be the day where the mold is broken and where M80 can actually push this team into a very uncomfortable position? Might just be the case here, though. Can't seem to find fake shock darts going down, but it's not enough.
Mata finds one onto net somehow all the way in the back, so now big pressure on BCJ. Koalanoob there to help.
Not giving up just yet, though. Information given away down towards the back of site. They're using everything they can. Shock darts already placed. Not to mention, they still do have some of that Cypher util putting itself away, but Deadlock managing to catch somebody out. Now Koalanoob just can't seem to find anything. M80 holding on for dear life for anything. And the spike not even there for Brock. I mean, he could collect it, but even then, that's at risk of putting their head in the sights of M80, slowly peeking forward, but he doesn't know where they are. And have they repositioned themselves? No, they're keeping patient. They know the plan has been faked.
Oh my god!
Shots. Hunter Suri there, and is he gonna rush it? No, he stays still, fighting it off. Sander didn't even try it. Instead, he doesn't need to. The round win theirs.
Oh, good effort from Brock, who's one of the best clutchers that we've got in Challengers. Was so close to making it happen. The spam through the wall was perfect. That was before the recon even pinged that player. I think that was Nizma who went down. Didn't even ping him yet. And then Xander was lit up, almost goes down. Good effort from MXS, but just not enough. That was an eco round for them as well, which I can barely remember given how that ended. And now they're going to be on the timeout. Going to be looking to see what the state of the alt economy is for them when we get back into things. Wasn't able to check just at the very end there, but that will definitely be of the utmost importance. And, you know, Brock expending that ult to try and win the round. Can't be mad at him for that, but now they won't have it for a big execute on a very critical gun round.
He tried his best. It just sucks that that's the way that, you know, things went for Brock there.
Yeah.
But
it is tough, but can't be mad at him for attempting that play. Would have been crazy to win that round out. All right, now looking at the ults, yeah, they don't really have anything outside of the Blade Storm in the hands of Mata. You know, that's nice for him to have the option to switch to something that can be used as a rifle or use close range because he's got the Operator on attack again. MXS love playing these slow rounds, and so far it's been to their detriment. This op hasn't found massive value, and they've had a couple moments where they've been forced to take action really late in the round and begin to rush things because of it.
Oh, but this could be so good.
Portal
Wall is
closed.
so close to finding one. If they miss out, they could also just get away with TP or the ultimate here. No.
What's that?
Dude, timing is
barely
crazy.
spotted. QualoNoob knows he hasn't crossed.
Cutting through.
Oh, on the other hand, TP now settled down. Nobody's lives lost, but they know quite dangerous on the B side.
And those B players, they've been relegated out of main. Again, MXS just trying to pressure Cat a little bit, while Nismo's barrier staves off anyone from pressuring too much into A main. 30 seconds
left.
now on the clock. MXS gathering up for an A split, hoping Odashima can make some noise in mid. Keep the B players, from rotating too fast.
Oh, but they rush in regardless. Mata! Huge for the place there, but even now Hunter's Fury is doing work of its own all the way on the other side.
10 seconds left.
They don't need everybody here on the site for M80. Instead, they're going to use Mata for MXS to slowly find closure on the site. And man, that's got to be brutal. Yeah, if I'm M80, I'm definitely backing off of that.
Amada is just way too good. Pushing up through tree like that. Finding an easy kill on net, baiting him into that jump. Simple right click. Just so aware that Nismo was going to be playing back dice, waits for the grab net. Such a fast shot when he peeks. Slow rounds from MXS have had mixed success up until this point, but that time they were able to make things work with a nice A split. Mata pinstring from heaven while they pressure A main, pressure coming through door. Was nicely handled from them.
When is the day where we see these teams not be 9-9, 8-8, 6-6? Because it's been so repetitive, and like, I guess that's the power of two strong teams, is being able to adapt so quickly to the play styles here. It's been quite difficult though too, I feel. You know, playing into that.
Yeah, we just have so many
Cage trigger.
teams in this top echelon of challengers. Just so many close games, which is honestly, it's making it so tough to call who will actually qualify through Ascension, who the top two teams will be that can compete for that partnership spot later this year. I mean, both of these teams have a real, genuine chance at doing it. Maybe right now they have a massive stack set up on B. All of this utility. MXS wasting time. Wow, the Annihilation is going to come out, and it catches one. Oh my god, the awareness from Nismo.
It's just absolutely crazy. And now they get a free one too, so that's two already down off the board for MXS. Oh gosh, and success about a reach down for Xander. Timing and teamwork. That is beautiful.
Yeah, just playing off the camera. A simple play, but so effective.
That's all they needed. Kind of instilling fear into MXS, and they're not even settled together. Well, Mata was expecting somebody to walk out mid, but obviously that's not going to be the case. But 26 seconds left, the spike not planted, and a 1v5, 2v5. Yeah, that spike's not getting planted.
M80 would love to be able to chase here and try to get this off out of Mata's hands. He's been playing pretty slow with it on these past couple rounds. But given the state of their economy, they are just going to chill out and hold on to every weapon that they've got, including that operator of their own in the hands of QualoNoob. It's really going to be tough for Mata to find a lot of value with this attack side operator, I think, when you're going up against a comp that is just so good at locking down sites and anchoring heavily. And one of the only opportunities you might realistically get is beating QualoNoob in an operator duel somewhere.
They
Sound sensor up.
are pretty good at, like, again, the teamwork there too is
Listening.
kind of tremendous off the side of M80. Playing together to now find these picks, whether it be A or B. Oh, but QualoNoob playing solo down inside of mid.
God, I thought he was about to take a shot right there, to be honest.
Scanning ahead.
Not gonna work that way this time, but man, oh gosh. And BCJ did get damage, I believe. No, I lied.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
No, Mata weak. Down to just a little bit under 100.
Blocking sight.
Gosh, Amada's just desperately looking for something. It's so interesting to see Ops settled in the attacker side, but they've been playing pretty well when they do get that entry. Maybe looking for the hold here. Mata finding entry with the Vandal, traded out. Now up to Xander for a possibility for more, but it doesn't matter. So much just waiting on net to try to find something through the smoke, but they just can't find it. 2 players.
And that grab net was perfect, but just not able to find any value. Net was getting sprayed by the Odin. Didn't want to reveal himself. BCJ now trapped. Koalnoob's trying to ping these guys so he can spray, and it works.
He's fighting a war right now. He had everybody baffled and scared for their lives.
He gets another one.
He's just spraying down.
Child's game. Child's game.
This is the beauty of Sova Odin on Valorant. It's so good.
What a combo. You just had, oh, that's so funny. You just have Koalnoob running around there with a dimensional drift, pinging the players, but also just body blocking them and standing in front of them. Oh my god, that is so ridiculous, but genuinely effective. Koalnoob is one of the better Yorus at actually finding value with the ults. You know, he's just screaming to BCJ to just spam where he's at. Oh my god, what a, just, again, we're back to silly maxing, but that was a really cool play.
No, that was awesome. Again, it's M80 playing off each other and the information they're able to kind of supply each other, which I really do like. Koalnoob, huge. With the Yoru play. I think it's mostly, it's weird because I feel like the Yoru is mostly dependent on information for the Sova.
Trying to push up and finds the angle. Fly it down.
Oh, he's still good for more though.
Barriers
Too many
deployed.
players kind of chilling around in mid.
This barrier in this mode just cut off in mid. That is ridiculous.
Oh, I was so prepared for the TP. I was waiting to see if they had noticed, but and they did at the right time. Net is just kind of caught in a net, which is ironic because now they have to fight this off. And are they good enough for it? Yes, they are. It's in the name. And the ultimate there for the 1v1.
Oh my god.
BCJ has information. He's waiting for it, knowing that maybe they can get the spray down, but no, they can't.
30 seconds left.
It's up to Odashima now at this point. Try to get something, gather from it. But it's going to be so incredibly difficult. Right now is the time, if any, and it's getting the spray down, but they captured.
Oh my god. How does he pull that off? I mean, first of all, how did Net get away with getting 2 kills in hell? And then how does Odashima kill 4 players in clutch? It's ridiculous.
Dude, he just... Oh my gosh, that's crazy, because I feel like there is one of those moments where you kind of do have to pay attention to the ult orbs and see what's going on. Okay, Deadlock gets the plant. It's game over for me. I really do have to rush this because it's a loss either way. But
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, this is a very crucial round now. Both teams' economy hangs in the balance. Multiple players with about only 100 left, and looks like MXS want to switch up the pace and go for a fast exec.
Oh, but they're so good for having the deadlock here. Creates a very, very difficult route moving forward, but of course the TP comes down. Vic is down as well. And they know exactly where everyone is. They might just be able to find even more. The spike is down, and they have to recollect that. Down towards the flank. The defense is not giving up just yet. BCJ is a demon with the Odin, and they won't stop until everybody is downed on the side of MXS. 10-11, by the way, and if M80 can run away with this, it's a lot more than just that. Possible match point.
You just can't hit BCJ's sight right now.
I got the spike.
No, Mod is huge, though. Oh, they could have settled for a wraparound. Dude, the timing on that is impeccable. Now finally getting slowed, is able to take it off, but even then, like, it's an ambush there.
You just cannot siege BCJ's site. He is way too good on the defense right now. One of the most experienced players we have in Challengers. I mean, actually, I think the most experienced player we have in Challengers. There's no other player that has gone as deep in tournaments as he has that international experience. Not that I can think of at the top of my head. And at that, just not just international experience, but like making it to semi-finals internationally, playing against the best in the world. This guy is so talented, so deserving of a spot on a solid team. Showing exactly why.
They can go for... I mean, whatever they want here, to be honest. MXS, yeah, just looking to collect some orbs.
Barriers down in A main from Nismo. Shutting down any thoughts of hitting that side of the map. Fly has been inserted into B main, just waiting around the corner so that drone doesn't get the tag on him. As the rest of the MXS side group up. They want to go for this B hit, it looks like. Into BCJ again, into that Cypher setup.
My ult's ready. What's this?
They're standing their ground. M80 want to win this, and they know that keeping the side is the only way to do so. So, yeah, there's no worry in the world for this team. Oh, but they're going to get caught
30
out.
seconds left.
Yeah, MXS, they've actually rotated late into this A split. 25 seconds, taking their time in these rounds.
Dude, Paranoia has literally been thrown in such a perfect position, but they don't play off of it. And it's unfortunate. That's a huge blind wasted. Now, finally, Koala Noob is able to take a little bit more from that. And even then, they could manage to find more, yeah, with the Stinger fly. And Brock now finding a lot more potential than what they were given originally with the weapons they were paired. Still BCJ with the Odin, and he's coming down. He's ready to shoot just up top to see, I mean, what the situation is looking like. Shot darts. 15 seconds until they manage to get something else, but how do they just read into that? Dude, BCJ's a beast! And now if they swing over, which I don't think they will, no. Actually, this is such a terrible position, too, to hold. And they've lost the Paranoia. They have to fight this down to the 1v1. Yeah, he's done.
You can stick this!
There's nothing. There's nothing. It's the victory, like, imagine going back and forth, back and forth. By the way, I'm sticking this. GG.
It's just way too easy for BCJ. The amount of spam kills that he got towards A was, I mean, just out of control. That was well played from M80. Massive improvements from the last time they played on Ascent. That was against YFP a couple weeks ago, where they got destroyed when they were on their attack side. They got only one round. I think lost maybe 9. Really tough look. And today, much better attack side. Got that 6-6, and then looked great on defense.
They did look absolutely great on defense, and that was a great ending. Honestly, pretty surprising. I was kind of reading the situation and I was expecting them to rush it, but they didn't, and that's okay. Well, maybe we'll see something better in the next game for the side of MXS, but for now, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more NA Challengers.